everyone, it's me. This is gonna be part 3 of What If Deku Was the Son of Rogue from X-Men Part 3. Deku does very well because he's not only been training to become the host of One for All, but he's also been working extremely hard, and he's also been studying as well. So we have a really strong and smart Deku in this What If than the original. So Deku can now use about 15% about One for All, and he's learned to spread it around his body. So now he has full cowling. And I think we'll give him... Nah, not yet. Nah, not at all. Maybe not yet. And we're at the Battlezone test. Everyone is there, and they have their workout uniforms. They have their workout clothes on. Deku sees Uraraka, and he was about to go over there, but then Ida stops him, and he says, and he looks over to Uraraka, and he says, "Were you about to mess with that girl?" And Deku says, "Wait, what? No, I wasn't." Yeah, right. Everyone is trying to get the edge on everything, and I think you're one of those people you're one of those applicants who are trying to eliminate the competition. But I'm not. I'm just going to say hello. You know what? Just stay away from her. She's trying to focus. And Deku sees someone who is about to mess with Uraraka, about to use his quirk. This guy's quirk is like fire. And Ida also sees this. So does Deku. They see this as well, and Ida was only focused on Deku, but now he sees that there's another guy who is about to mess with Uraraka. Then Deku pushes Ida off of him and goes after the guy, and Deku uses his quirk, and Deku uses his quirk to so he uses the fire quirk that he got when he was a kid, and he tells so Deku has an energy quirk, and he said to the guy to don't even think about it. Just walk away. No, Deku uses a quirk that he got that can make people feel afraid for their lives. And if Deku trains, and the guy is super afraid, and he runs away, and Ida sees this, and he was wrong about Deku. But then President Mike comes out and says that everyone has about 50 minutes, has about an hour to get as many points as they get. Remember, the 1-pointers are 1-pointers is 2-pointers, 3-pointers, and to avoid the 0-point robot. Everyone listens, and President Mike pushes a button to open the gates, and he says, "Well, everyone, good luck, and make sure to get as many points as you get." And they all rush in. So does Deku. He actually goes in first. Then he sees the first 3 robots that he sees two that are 3-pointers, one that's a 2-pointer, and he destroys them. The first one he slices in half because of his energy quirk, and Deku he destroys them by using his lightning breath quirk. And everyone sees this kid has 2 quirks? How's that even possible? Must be just 1 quirk, just an energy type. And everyone just runs along and just gets as many points as they get. Deku does see Uraraka and he wanted to talk to her, but she's focusing on the exam so he doesn't bother her. Deku does do well in the Battlezone test, and the judges are watching everyone, and they're impressed with the new crop of new students, and they look at over, and one of the teachers said that there's a student who's doing a lot better than all the other applicants, and they look over to Deku's video screen, and they pull it up, and he's actually destroying a lot of robots. And they want to know, how does Deku have so many quirks? Is it just 1 quirk, or is it just multiple quirks? But anyway, Deku is like destroying all these robots one after another. A lot of them are 3-pointers, 2-pointers. A few were only 1-pointers. Deku does a lot well in the Battlezone test, and he goes overboard with it. So now he's like at 175 points. He does use One for All a little bit. He does only use about 5% of it to give his quirks a boost and power. So he was looking for more. So he was looking for more robots, and then he feels this tremor in the ground, and he was going over where it was coming from, and he sees the 0-pointer, and someone bumps into Deku, and he falls down. He lands on his butt, and Deku is like looking at the 0-pointer, and that's really big. It's really huge. Everybody's just running away, and he gets up, and he was about to run away as well. But then he hears someone calling for help, and he sees Uraraka. He sees Uraraka, and no one is actually going to her. And Deku believes that maybe they only care about themselves instead of others. And this really makes Deku really mad, really angry, and he decides to go all out. He uses One for All through his entire body. Of course, that does break his bones. He does end up destroying the robot, like in the original anime. But Deku has a self-healing quirk, has a regeneration quirk, so he's okay. But Deku does have a lot of stamina, and he's already lost about half his stamina, and it's only been through his through two of his legs and one in his arm. They do heal pretty quickly, and he lands by using his wing quirk that he got a while ago. He does flap around to land so he can get the rope, and he does land, and he gets the rubble off of Uraraka. He says, "Hey, are you okay?" And Uraka does see Deku, and she says, "Hey, it's you again. I guess you're also going to you. I guess you're also an applicant as well." "Yeah, I am. Looks like you're. Looks like you have a. Looks like your ankle's broken." "I guess it is." And Deku heals her. Heals her. Does heal her, but heals her, and now he's only down to only 20% of his stamina. And the Battlezone test ends, and the whole thing ends. They all ran out of time, but Deku believes he got enough points, and he's confident. Uh, Everyone was actually was actually really shocked that Deku had not that much power, had a lot of power, and he didn't. And like in the original anime, everyone waits for their acceptance letter. Everyone was talking about the new crop of students and the kid who saved that girl. Yeah. So yeah, Deku is waiting for his acceptance letter back at home, but he's also training with the quirks he has. Let's see, the quirks he has are. Let's see. He has a smoke quirk that allows him to generate and manipulate smoke and turn his body into smoke as well. He has a neon quirk, and he does have a concrete quirk, and and uh, and uh, and other quirks as well. You guys tell me about the other quirks that Deku should have. Deku does have 30 quirks, and you just think about what other quirks I should let him have in this what if. And Deku does get his acceptance letter. He does read it. He does see it, and a hologram of All Might comes up and saying that he got accepted, about how many hero points he got. Uraka does do that thing in the original anime. He does. All Might does show Uraka how she wanted to give her points to Deku, and he says, "Don't worry," and President Mike says, "Don't worry. He said your fellow applicant got a lot of points in the Battlezone test. You don't have to give any of your points to him. He's actually a lot. He's actually really strong." And Deku does get accepted. Does get accepted to the hero course. So Deku is now. And now is the day of UA, and Deku goes over to UA, and he's trying to find. He's trying to find class of 1A, and he does, and he sees the door, and he says the words in the original. He says what he said, thinking in the original anime. And Deku does open the door, and he does see about everyone in there. Let's talk about the course that Deku can copy. Deku can't copy. No, it doesn't matter. Absorb. Never mind. Deku does meet everyone in class 1A, and he sees Bakugo. And see Bakugo hasn't really changed at all. And he doesn't really care about him. But then Ida says, "Oh, it's him." And everyone looks over to Deku, and they look at him. They're like staring daggers at him. But Deku just walks along and he doesn't really care about it. When Deku was about to start walking to his seat, Ida comes over and he says that how Deku is a better student than him, and how he knew about the rescue points. But then Deku stops him and he introduces himself, and Ida does the same, and then he hears a familiar voice behind him, and it's Uraraka. Uraraka introduces herself, and it does get a little blushy in this. He blushes a little bit, and Bakugo looks at Deku and wait a minute. I've seen that kid before. So he made it in. But that's not important. That stinging pain I felt. Was he trying to mess with me? Maybe I should teach him a lesson. And he was about to get up and then raise her head, and then Mr. Asawa comes in. And you know what happens in the original anime, we're gonna skip it, where he says about how, you went to school for heroes, not about socializing, everything like that, blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. And everyone is then everyone gets in their gym uniform, and Deku and everyone is outside at the yard, and Mr. Aizawa does tell them he wants to see their potential, to see that he sees a lot of potential in everyone, but he wants to see it, but he wants to see if this potential is wasted on them, and they start the race, the jogging test. Deku does a lot well. Everyone sees this, and Deku does a lot better in all the other tests, and Deku does have Uraraka's quirk, because he accidentally he handshakes Uraraka. Well, actually, that Uraraka touched him by the shoulder, and he does have a piece of her quirk, but he doesn't know what kind of quirk she has, so he doesn't know anything about it. But when he sees it for himself, when Uraraka does the ball throw, and Deku doesn't know if he should do that as well, so he uses One for All with his other quirk, like his energy manipulation quirk, and he throws it, and it goes a lot farther, go even further and further and out of the atmosphere, and Deku gets infinity as well, and everyone sees it and they're surprised, and Bakugo is in third place. Yes, he's in third place. No, actually, Uraraka and Deku are actually tied in first place, and Bakugo is in second place. And Bakugo is really angry. Mineta is in last place. And he does get expelled. Because he didn't show a lot. He didn't actually show it. Because no, he doesn't get expelled. No one gets expelled, because I know there are some fans for Mineta, because even though he has some bad quirks on him, the bad habits about him, how he's a pervert, but in the end, he's also but in the end, he's also working really hard. He's trying to be a hero and things like that. So so I'm saying that there must be another motive to why he wants to be a hero, and just have girls liking him, things like that. So that's what I'm believing, that he might have another motive, that maybe he wants to be a hero for another reason. But we won't know that soon. Because we've only seen it. So yeah, Deku Bakugo was angry, and he rushes Deku with an explosion in his hand, and Deku dodges it and uses an explosion at him, and Bakugo is like thrown off, and he's like really hurt, and he asks Deku, how do you have an Hey, how did you have a quirk just like mine, but don't you have an energy quirk? What's up with that quirk? It was a lot stronger than mine. Oh, I have the ability to absorb quirks, but my quirk allows me to not only absorb but also copy quirks as well. Deku does say this out loud, and everyone's shocked to hear that there's a quirk just like that. And Deku does says that his quirk can allow him to can allow him to absorb other things, allowing him to have different advantages in different situations. So whatever he absorbs, he can use them for any other situations, allowing him to have different opportunities of how to use it. And Bakugo does pass out because of the pain he's in, and he does go to the infirmary. And he's like passed out, and it's already the end of the day of UA. And Deku does have a personality. Deku is confident in this what if, but he's not like overconfident that he believes he can do that he believes he can do anything. He knows that there are other people with quirks that could be stronger than him, and so because of this, Deku decides to become even more stronger, so that way he can be ready for the future against other villains. So before I end this what if, don't worry, there will be a part 4 to this what if. It's just that I have to make this announcement. Before I end this what if, I am happy to know that I have 90 subscribers, and we're almost to 100. And if we do get to 100 subscribers, I will make that what if Naruto became the Shield Hero, and I will make the backstory of how the Cardinal Heroes are in Naruto and things like that, and how there are different types of cardinal weapons. That means Cardinal Heroes and things like that. So I will make a backstory and a backstory. So yeah, don't worry. We're almost at 100 subscribers, and I am eagerly waiting for 100 subscribers so that way I can make the video. Right now, I am thinking of how the story should be like, the backstory, how the Cardinal Heroes became to be, and things like that. How Naruto becomes a Shield Hero for the Leaf Village. So yeah. But there are other cardinal weapons that haven't been discovered yet. Only 5 have been discovered. The shield of the shield, the sword, the spear, the bow, and the scythe. There are only 5 cardinal weapons that have been discovered. And the shield hero is the hero of the Leaf Village. Is the shield hero of the Leaf Village, and well, they're the 5 great nations. They have their own heroes. They have their own cardinal heroes. So I will make a backstory of how this happens, how the cardinal weapons were created, how the cardinal weapons became to be, and how they, and everything like that. So yeah, I'm eagerly waiting for 100 subscribers. I will make that video when I get the chance. So thank you for watching my what ifs, and and I will make part 4 of this video. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, and well, bye. And thank you for supporting me. Thank you for giving me your support and everything like that. So yeah, thank you. And well, have a great day.